We start recording. So, welcome to our live trading session. It is Wednesday, July 1st. As always, we're going to rip through 10 plus pairs, audio issues. Audio should be fine. Normally, the issues are on your end. I'm not trying to sound
Hey,
like
yeah, let's just do a quick check. You guys can hear us fine? Can you guys all hear us fine?
yeah, audio's good. What's up, SMB? Yeah, it's definitely just you, Lawaz. Yeah. So, again, live trading session Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. At this point, we're about 6 months through the year. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely want to finish this year strong. And as always, Nick's going to start off with DXY, and he's going to get right into it.
Absolutely. So again, what a year it has been, guys. Holy shit. That's all really I got to say about that. So let's get right into DXY. Let's go to the daily time frame. So DXY, this is essentially the dollar, this is the US dollar index. It shows the dollar's strength. And the reason we analyze the dollar is because it makes up for 80% of all trade in the Forex market. So it's good to understand what's going on with the dollar so that we can best prepare for, other pairs, get an idea of, intraday movements. Has anything changed? It's very important to understand what's going on with the dollar. It's also considered the reserve currency of the world. So, a lot of eyes are on it. There's a lot of investment into the dollar and a lot backing it as well. So, you just want to, it's always a good idea to just kind of stop in and see what's going on. All right. So first thing we want to do is go to the daily time frame, right? We're going to identify sentiment. Has anything changed? We're still very bullish, as we can see. As we've been covering, through these live sessions, it's very, very bullish. But has anything changed on this daily? Nothing that we can, really see. Nothing just on this time frame that's going to say, oh yeah, we're definitely, continuing to the downside, or we're coming back into this, ascending channel. We essentially need to we're looking for something to, for price action to break above this trend line or to break below this monthly for us to then, see a daily move. But until then, we have to drop time frames. Just go to the 4-hour, get a little closer on price action, current price action, see what's going on. So we understand that the overall sentiment is very bullish, right? Now we have a little bit of, ranging here. We hit a low this monthly, very strong area. We saw a pretty good rejection, and now price action pushed up. But now we're kind of ranging between these two hands, this area right here. This actually 97.7 and 96.5. So you can just see it's clearly bouncing. It's like more or less consolidating and waiting for a bigger move to kind of step in and push this price action in either direction. So for right now, I mean, it's consolidating a lot right around 97.7. So we could see it kind of fall out for another test down towards 96.5 and then potentially lower, but we'll reanalyze once price action gets this low. Because again, if we start seeing these levels break, like this 96.5 handle, and then we're testing the monthly again, we could be in for a pretty big bearish leg to the downside, but we have to wait for those certain confirmations. So right now we're just playing inside this range, looking at it very logically. We could see what has happened so many times already, just rejection from this 97.7 handle and a play short down towards 96.5, right? So this is very, very likely to see. But the flip side is we could see the overall, bullish sentiment step in. We could see some bullish momentum start to, pick up in this area, pushing price action through 97.7 back into this ascending channel. And then we'll get, we'll look for some, higher lows, look for good structure formation and see how much conviction this move would have. But, potentially we get to play all the way up to the weekly around 99.75. But again, things, with DXY, we have to take into consideration a lot of fundamentals, especially with, what's going on with the U.S. now. Again, we're starting to get spikes in Corona again. It took a while for, things to kind of get priced in. So like this whole drop here, this was kind of delayed. After Corona, we had consolidation. So like this is all consolidation post-Corona, right? This is that Corona spike. This is all consolidation. Then the market kind of priced itself in of like, the kind of like the aftermath of everything, and then realize that the dollar was actually much lower in value, and we could see something like that again if this second wave kind of takes over and starts screwing up the economy again. The only difference now, I was actually just talking about this with one of our members, is that before when Corona hit, everyone was going through it, right? It was a global thing. All economies were slowing. It was a global economic slowdown. But now a lot of countries are kind of on the rebound. And whereas, the U.S. is not, we're kind of like, we screwed up, we're having a second wave earlier than, or worse and earlier than other countries. So now you know, foreign investment is even more deterred than before. So this could be a pretty, you know, bad event for the U.S. dollar, and we could see that reflect on this chart. So we could see a big drop off, especially, you know, as the market starts to price itself in. But you know, just certain key things that we want to be aware of. Of course, technicals, you know, are our main priority, but you know, you just got to be aware of these things. So, I mean, we're ready for whatever, but it's not looking too good, to be totally honest. All right, so that was a pretty detailed US dollar analysis. Let's move on to AUD USD to kind of see what's going on. First thing we want to do is go to the daily time frame. Has anything changed? We know we're bearish, right? Very, very steep bearish channel. This is that Corona spike. This was the, you know, lower high here, you know, before this drop. Price action came back up to that monthly to match this prior lower high. So we're still generally bearish on this time frame. We can drop to the 4-hour now. Check out current price action. So yeah, we're kind of going sideways here. You know, there is a short opportunity here. You know, if we do get some nice bearish, you know, setups off this resistance around 0.69, crossing through these MAs, that would be a really nice entry, potential short opportunity. Let me show you what it would look like. But it's gotta be a very strong bearish setup that pushes through these MAs. You know, you can't just have, you know, a couple, you know, little engulfings up here. This thing has to be a pretty powerful move, rejecting from the 0.69 handle to give us confidence that this is going to drop. So essentially, this is what this trade would look like. You know, roughly 140 pips down to the 0.675 handle. And yeah, your stop could be all the way up here around 50 or so. You could even go higher technically to make it a 2-0. At the absolute most, you could have a 70 pip stop to get 140. And that's still, you know, that's protecting yourself pretty well. All depends on where this candle forms. But again, you know, you could be just above the 61.8 for a stop, so about 40 pips, which is enough protection, again, especially if we get this confirmed lower high here. So you know, we're waiting on this one. But it does, so like this is one potential opportunity for a short, but it does look like it's kind of continuing to the upside. So this is especially true if DXY drops. So like if DXY drops, right, AU will, you know, appreciate. It'll go up this pair. So let's take a look at the bullish opportunity, the long opportunities. Let's get rid of that. What needs to happen for us to go long? I mean, it's already kind of breaking, which is good. So let me just draw this in. Draw this in like this. I want to see more of a significant close and then a retest, because like this, you know, it's like right at that level. You want something that's a little more, you know, confirmed, and then you could make a play higher. But again, there's a lot of resistance up here. So like if we zoom out, this has to break quite a few levels, and there are quite a few levels in the way for making a really, really good trade, like a long trade. So like, look, even if we took a short, I mean, like a smaller long opportunity right here, you know, we would only target here first, about 60 pips, and then your stop would have to be pretty tight for it to make sense. So this is one opportunity again. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But again, this would be the first, you know, TP, you know, potentially higher. But again, it's got to break through all these levels for us to get a massive move out of this. So I would say the more, you know, the safer option for this would be to wait for a break of this monthly, break and retest, you know, give us a confirmed higher low, and then you can target higher. But I mean, for right now, the overall, you know, sentiment is very bearish on the daily. So I mean, I definitely want to see this fall out first. I want this to be a lower high. But I mean, again, we'll see what the market does for us. For right now, this one's just a waiting game. All right, let's move on to AJ, which was a really great trade yesterday, and it's actually setting up pretty nicely right now, and we'll go over that in a second. So real quick, go to the daily time frame. Has anything changed? Are we still bearish? Clearly, we have a huge bearish channel here. You know, here's a lower high at the monthly before the Corona drop. Price action came all the way back up, matched the prior lower high. It's very similar to AU. So yeah, we're still bearish. Good. We have sentiment. Let's drop down to the 4-hour. Kind of identify what's going on now. Current price action. Cool. All right, cool. So we have this huge reversal here, right? We came all the way up to this monthly, got this head and shoulders pattern. We shorted that down towards this, you know, handle down here around 72.6. Very nice. Then we have some consolidating between 74.65 and 72.60. So this is looking pretty good so far. Let me go to the daily first, the 1 hour for a second. So we actually caught this trade We saw that this was a transition here. Originally, we were short, right? This was a break of support here. Now it's testing as resistance. We were originally short. We thought this was a confirmed lower high. Thought this was going to drop all the way down to 72.6 again. Didn't happen. Instead, it established this floor here. Some major support around 73.4 that was established here. And then it just transitioned through. It pushed right through the 73.8 resistance, came back, tested a support, and we entered right here on this MA, this candle closing through the MAs. Literally this candle right here. And then we played it. We entered on that. We played it all the way up to 74.65, hit it, and then passed by like 3-4 pips, and then came right back down. So that was a completed trade, looking very good. Now we have kind of like another entry opportunity here, to be honest with you. So this is a higher low. This is clearly an uptrend. Let's go ahead and draw this trend line in just so you guys can get a good visual. Right? See that? Definitely an uptrend right here on this price action. Volume's picking up. Just look at the size of the candles. This is good so far. Good looking chart. But we hit the 74.65 handle. It came back for a retest, and now we're finding massive rejection off the 61.8. So this is great. This is a great sign. We have a nice engulfing there. There could be an entry opportunity in here. You just want to get some more confirmations, like this MA cross. I would have liked some more consolidation. Let the MAs catch up for a second, and then give us an MA cross with a good size bullish engulfing. You could have entered on that. So let me show you what we could enter on now. You want to see something like this? We'll target back up to this area. Okay, so this is looking like a pretty steep flag too. So if it does break to the upside, just look for lower time frame confirmations. Look for maybe one more touch of this trend line, and then a push in price action towards the upside. So let's go ahead and highlight this. Kind of outline this trade for you guys. Looking to get about, call it 60 pips. Risking 30. Very nice. This actually lines up pretty good. Good protection here. Stop loss is pretty much just outside support, outside this trend line, outside the 200 EMA. It's 2 risk reward. 60 pips, risking 30. Looking pretty good. So that's AJ. Again, I'll put this out in signals if I see something play out, and I'm going to put this one into premium signals too, or premium analysis, so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. But yeah, this could play out pretty good. So let's just do the flip side for the sake of analysis. To go short, what do we need to see? We need to see a break of this higher low clearly, and then ideally a nice break of this higher low as well, which lines up very well with this support around 73.8. So I would like to see this. I will consider shorts after I see this. Nice break, confirmed higher low, lower high, and then I'm entering on those bearish setups just outside of 73.8, right? That would be enough confirmation for me to say, okay, we're definitely transitioning to the bears. We're looking for short opportunities now. Something like that needs to happen, okay? Let's go to the 4 hour for a second, see if it makes sense. Zoom out. Yep, makes a lot of sense. Tons of room to drop if we get below 73.8. We can target all the way down towards 72.6. Looking pretty good. All right, guys, so that's AJ. Let's move on to EU. Zoom out for a second here. Go to the daily. Has anything changed? Very, very bearish, as we could see. Has anything changed, really? I mean, it did break to the upside. We have a nice bullish rally here on the 4 hour. But again, I'm not considering this bullish until this monthly is broken. 1.15. That needs to break, and then I'll be considered bullish. But for now, it's definitely bearish on the daily time frame. All right, so let's zoom in on recent price action. Go to the 4 hour. This is more or less looking like a giant flag to me. Although I would have liked to see it play out by now, because this is, we got a lot of consolidation. This is a pretty big volume flag if you want to consider it one, especially opposed to this flagpole. So, I mean, we need to see quite a bit happen in this. So, I mean, we're consolidating again. We're just going sideways. We're in this little box pattern. This one is just essentially a waiting game. But, I mean, these two trade paths here kind of properly highlight both potential scenarios. Either a break to the downside, entering on a lower high, obviously looking for those bearish setups to confirm this trade. And this would be a pretty nice short. Pretty nice short, just like this. You protect yourself with like 40, 50 pip stop loss, targeting down towards the weekly, looking at well over 100 pips, closer to 130. almost just over a 2.5, risk to reward, 2.5 risk to reward. So this could be a really nice short. But again, we got to wait, look for a break of support, test, retest as resistance, strong bearish setups, entering on engulfings, evening stars, exhaustion, stuff like that. And yeah, that'd be a really nice trade. And the flip side, what happens if this breaks out? Let's say this is a confirmed flag and we get a pretty aggressive move to the upside. All that we want to see is a pretty strong break of 1.124, nice higher low outside of this pattern, preferably outside the pattern over here on outside this trend line, and then, confirmed higher low with strong bullish setups. Guys, this could be a really nice trade. We would simply target towards, the next key resistance levels. First one being 1.135, and then all the way up to our monthly at 1.15. So this could be a pretty big move. Again, we just gotta wait and wait for this consolidation to break and see how it plays out. But at least it's a clean chart, It's looking pretty good so far. All right, let's keep going. I got EJ and gold for you guys. So this one's in a pocket too. I'll get to that in a second. Daily time frame. Identify sentiment. Bearish as hell, right? This is a prior lower high, huge resistance area around 123.4. So it's still bearish, right? Until this area breaks. And then I'll consider long setups. All right, so let's zoom in on current price action. All right, cool. So a little bit of a range here around 121.5, which is the weekly, and then 119.5 as a support. But we are kind of, forming these lower time frame higher lows here, which is a good sign. We're breaking out of this little channel, starting to get some good volume. Starting to get some, like this was a nice break and retest. So it broke out of this channel, broke through this resistance around 120.5, came back for the retest, presented a nice long opportunity up to 121.5. So this is an even smaller range, right? But then price action bounced again, came back down, hit a 61.8 fib level. So this could be gearing up for a pretty good trade. Let me just zoom in on the 1 hour for you guys, give you a little bonus here. All right, so essentially this is a long wick on the 4 hour. So I'm going to consider this, 4 hour closure at the 61.8, which is great. So this is our long opportunity. This is what I'm looking for right now to happen. I want to see a nice surge higher back through this zone. I want to see an MA cross and then a higher low forming above these MAs. And then if any sort of bullish setup, presents itself, I'm going long. Because this could be a really, really great trade. So again, we want to get through the MAs, nice retest of the MAs, higher low, bullish setups, and then we're long. And we're going to target 121.5, 80 pips, and then you could risk 40, which again is outside this higher low, which would be a really great area. Good risk reward, at least 2.0. And yeah, this could be a really great trade. So we're going to see how it plays out, guys. Remember, keep an eye on premium analysis. I'll be posting this in here as it develops. But yeah, this one's looking pretty good, and we got some good volume. So if we do get this, spike to the upside, confirm higher low, this could be a pretty quick move. Some good pips in that as well. All right, guys, last one for you that I've prepared is gold. It's a fan favorite. All right, let's zoom out. Super bullish. Super bullish. It's actually insane. Nothing here is saying bears are stronger. Nothing at all. Literally just bullish movement. And right now we're near that 1800 zone. So we're looking for a break to the upside or a reversal from this area. So we'll see. Let's go to the 4 hour. All right, this is pretty textbook. I love how this has been, forming structure, has been forming patterns. Pretty easy to read, not gonna lie. So this monthly zone was pretty key. We saw a break over here. Tested resistance. It finally broke. And then it held this level like very, very strongly, as support, consolidating. Finally, we got one more touch at the monthly, and then it transitioned to the upside here. Broke through a lot of minor structure levels, gave us a symmetrical triangle, and then broke right on the 1730 area, which was so much influence in here. We got the MA cross. We have a bullish variation, asymmetrical. Excuse me, the asymmetrical triangle broke, and then there was a great entry in here. And then we were obviously targeting towards 1800, which we've been talking about for quite a long time. It's a key area, key target for us. And we're getting there. We're getting there. We're forming pretty good structure. It's kind of just, trending right now. Getting these higher highs, these higher lows, just kind of, making its way, and we're definitely gonna get there. No real great opportunity unless you're trying to buy off this trend line, but there's more risk that's presented with that. You want to see a fib level hit, among anything else. There is a little minor zone here. You could catch a wick from this area potentially, but again, more risk presents itself. This move is kind of already played out, but I just want to cover this, for you guys because this was a really great trade opportunity, and we're going to reanalyze once we get, closer to 1800, whether we see this breaking or if we start seeing a transition to the downside. So right now, if this zone broke, then we might start looking at, potential reversal if we saw something like this. But again, this has to be a pretty strong reversal. It needs to be a pretty confirmed transition. And, it's got to convince us. It's got to convince us because like all this bullish movement, all these buyers have been in the market for quite a while. So it really needs to prove a lot to kind of change our sentiment on this 4 hour, especially too. So yeah, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Definitely bullish first, guys. But, always want to take a look at the market from both sides. Quick recap for you guys. You got DXY, covered AU, covered AJ, EU, EJ, and gold. All right. Pass it off to Angelo and cover some of the majors.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
All right. So buys for AJ and EJ. Again, we just went over that. Let's see.
Yep. Oh my God, these allergies, bro.
We get charts. All right. So let me know if you guys can see.
You're good.
Got Buzz Lightyear up here.
Right. So I was saying.
What's up? What's up? All right. So we're gonna start with GU. These pairs have been making some crazy moves. One second. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
All right, cool. All right, so he's got GU here. There's been some pretty big movement in GU lately. Nice transition to the upside there. Just a 30-minute. Oh yeah, he's got to jump around. Anyway, guys, drop in chat for me. Let me know what pairs you guys are looking at today. Have we covered it already? Or you're looking for Angelo to cover some of the pairs that you're looking at? Just let us know in chat. Drop it in.
All right, cool. All right, so we've got GU here. We're going to start on the weekly time frame. Shit, my bad about that. So we're going to start on the weekly time frame. Like we talked about yesterday, this latest candle formed. We were expecting some sort of reversal from this level, with how much like no body, no volume to the downside after this large wick. Overall, we are in a downtrend on GU, so we're trying to keep that in mind. But as I get down to the daily, things are tricky with structure right now. At least for how I'm looking at them. Because basically we had a downtrend on the daily, then we broke back, to be bullish. We broke on the daily time frame, the trend, and then now, pretty much as I go down to the 4 hour, we are in this 4 hour downtrend. But whether this inevitably is ready to break or not, I am not going to consider any daily setups really until we start to get these moving averages to cross again. This is still pointing down. So I'm more looking on the 4 hour for setups to the downside realistically. And if I throw in my fibs, and come in here, we've got 618, obviously being tested right now. This is just kind of that retracement. So as I continue to go down time frames to the 30-minute, my entire idea, because I'm trying to realistically short this right now, is we need some sort of break of structure before we can see a short opportunity. So right here, we've got, this support level, this higher low that formed on the 30-minute time frame. If we get a break below here and a retest, we'll go short. I had actually dropped this in the premium analysis today, right here. So we're kind of just waiting to see how that plays out. Let's bump over to NU. And again, I know Nick went over DXY. DXY is in an interesting spot right now. On the 4-hour, we're rejecting the shit out of this level. Overall, we are in an uptrend. In the 30-minute, we just broke some minor structure right here. But at the same time, the 30-minute isn't really what we should be that worried about. Looking at the 1-hour, you can see this like bullish trend is still being maintained with this higher high right here. Now we needed to see whether this level kind of holds. So DXY is definitely at like critical point right now. We need to see whether this area holds. Most recently, we had, this bullish variation here. So that's going to kind of line up with a lot of these pairs. Let's go over to NU. I like to say the way that a lot of things are moving right now is they're pulling back to levels that we kind of need them to be at in these higher time frame structures to continue to take positions based on that. So let's just start on the weekly with NU. So NU, we made this lower low, pulled back, made this lower high, made this lower low. Now we've been in this area for quite some time, and this happened here, this happened here, this happened up here. We continue to talk about how this could potentially be a huge sell-off. And, for those that followed us with I believe it was UCAD for weeks and weeks and weeks, we were doing the same thing, and then it fell off like 400 pips or 300 pips, whatever. So right now we're trying to do the same thing on the weekly. We're looking at where are we right now. We got the moving averages crossing. We had this evening star recently. Okay, so like what is the 4-hour looking like? 4-hour time frame, we broke below this level, came back, made this lower high, came back, was retested, continuing to reject this monthly level that I've placed on the chart right now, continuing to reject that level. So what am I going to look next is I'm going to look for basically price to come back into this supply zone. I'm going to look at the lower time frames on the 30-minute at structure, and I'm going to look for some sort of break of structure. So right now we would need this level to break. Let's take that off. Boom. We would need this to break right now to really get short. Obviously, it's still ascending up, so I'm predicting or just forecasting that it will come into this area before we see any sort of sell-off. So that's NU, sticking on the higher time frames with this one. Let's go over to USEF. Again, a lot of these pairs are like near these key levels and structure on the monthly. These are where huge moves go down. So we want to make sure that we can get in and take advantage of this. So overall on USEF on the weekly, we are bearish in the sense that we made this lower low, pulled back, made this lower high right here. At this point, we're just slowing up right at this weekly level. I'm anticipating some sort of pullback on the daily time frame. Just let's identify structure again. We got this low, lower high here from these moving averages crossing, pulls back, forms another lower high, pulls back, forms another lower high. Now we're at this low, and we're retesting this weekly support level. As I come down to the 4-hour, I'm looking at the 4-hour like this. I personally want to get long on this. If it presents itself, I see a break on the 4-hour, break above here. Now we're retesting first potential higher low. And again, we're in this very significant area of structure. And basically what I'm looking for is on this lower time frame now. This is a very minor break right here. I'm waiting to see this first higher low. So we need some sort of higher low to form, and then I will get long on USEF. This would be very aggressive. If I were to take it right now, I would put stops below this area, and I would definitely only risk 1% on this trade because I want to see a little bit more go down. Like on this 1-hour, there's a lot of exhaustion going down right now. So I would definitely want to see some more conviction at the moment. So we're going to actually move USEF up our list up here. So this is definitely a pair that we're watching closely today. I'm going to put this analysis in the premium analysis. Let's go to UCAD next. Let's bump up to the weekly time frame. as we can see on UCAT on the weekly, we are in an uptrend in the sense that we made this high. Now we pulled back. We're trapped in this area. We're right at this monthly level. As I go down to the daily, we are still in a downtrend. We're in a downtrend in the sense that we broke this low, made a new lower low. Now we're pulling back. We're potentially making a lower high here. But I need to consider momentum. Like, I shift between these daily and 4 hours for a reason, guys, because momentum in the weekly is bullish. So on this 4 hour time frame, this is actually really what I'm basing my structure on. Is I see a break of this level, boom, we pulled back. Now I'm kind of just waiting for that next higher low. I'm waiting to see when could my next higher low opportunity be. I don't necessarily use trend lines, but obviously, this is our point A, point B, potential point C right there. So we need to see, when our next higher low could be. Another way to anticipate that higher low forming is these lower time frame levels. As these start to break and form new highs, these will then become 4 hour engulfings, morning stars, bullish variation. So that's how we can kind of anticipate the move, on the lower time frame. So we are going to, honestly, on UCAT, I'm just going to wait on the 4 hour. I don't got to be watching this as closely on the 30-minute because I'm not trying to take entries because we're below this level. Like, I want to get higher up in this area. Like, I need some sort of 30-minute trend to really form on this. But I will move this slightly up. Let's go over to UJ. UJ, we went over yesterday what's going on with this. Let's look at it again on the weekly time frame with UJ. We got lower low, cross, lower high. Now we're just retesting this level multiple times. Had a little bit of an acceleration off of this weekly level of support, which is obviously pretty major. Now let's look on the daily time frame. Daily time frame structure overall made this low, made this lower high here because of this cross, came back, retested this lower high. So we had like a double top in this area. So on the daily time frame, until this level is broken, structure is bearish. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, again, I'm thinking through where is momentum on the weekly. We had a lot of momentum come off this level. Now we're getting a lot of exhaustion, in this area. Could we potentially come back up to retest this daily level again? I mean, we'll see. I really need confirmation on this. So what I'm looking for is on the 4 hour, we had a break of structure here. Now we just made a new high. We're finally pulling back to make some sort of higher low. So really what I need to happen now is, and I won't even bring on the fibs, is as the 30-minute comes down, I need some more price action confirmation. I need a lot more to happen on this for me to take some trades. So basically what I'm looking to happen is I need price to come up sort of like it's doing, rejection, come up again, break, and then long. So I need something similar to that. That is a very clean transition that I need to look for, and that is the basis of all of my entries. So we will look and see. We'll look and monitor the moving averages as well, so we can get in on a nice position with this. And that is UJ. And let's go over GJ real quick. Again, let's look at GU. GU, like I said, on the 4 hour, let's bump up to the daily. So daily time frame is this 4 hour time frame, trying to find that next lower high, guys. Trying to find that next lower high. So when we bump over to GJ, it should look fairly similar. Let's go up to the weekly time frame. We have this lower low form, moving average cross, lower high form, moving average cross. Now we're back down in this area. What are we looking at? We're looking to make our next potential lower high on this. Momentum is still very bearish. As I come down to the daily, I want to see, where do I see structure really clearly? That is all the way down on this 4 hour time frame. I made this low, made this lower high, made this low. Now we are at a pretty critical level. We are retesting this area. This isn't a break because we had this tested candle, Doji Evening Star. Now we're retesting it again. This level needs to hold, guys. This level right now needs to hold. What I'm looking for is I need some sort of rejection, break back through this level. And I would pretty much short as soon as this level is broken because of the momentum that's going to kick in here. So GJ is very similar to GU. Is we're just anticipating that downward move. If this continues higher, so be it. You know, it's not our problem. That's not the trade that we're looking for according to the structure. The way that I'm looking at structure. That's why you guys got to stop like fear missing out. Like you gotta stop like saying like, oh, like I missed that move. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta just anticipate moves that make sense for how you understand market movement. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter. I don't know if you're muted, Nick, or
It
not.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I miss moves all the time.
Yeah,
Like
that's
I
what I'm saying.
miss moves all the time. Like it's not really a thing. It doesn't phase. It shouldn't phase you. As a trader, you understand that you're missing opportunities literally every second. You're not going to win every trade. There's certain things you have to accept, and there's always an opportunity, guys. You don't have to take that many trades to be that good. Again, if you can average 2.5% a week, you're a phenomenal trader, which is it's absurd. So just take it easy, guys. Don't get hung up on a trade you missed or lost. There's always another trade, always another chart to analyze, and just room to improve. At that point.
Yep, these are big facts. Like Nick said, you got to know what you're looking for. I'm obviously looking for a certain thing to happen. And as soon as that happens, boom, I'm in the trade. I'm confident. I'm getting to my one-to-one most of the time. You want to get to the point where when you're taking entries, more times than not, you're getting into profit. You're able to then maintain your orders. If your entries aren't good, then that means that you need to become more defined in what your entries actually are. You know what I'm saying? You can't just enter on anything. You got to enter on, I am only waiting for this. I'm only waiting for when it comes into this zone. I'm only waiting when the 30-minute makes this type of move according to structure on this 4-hour time frame. And as soon as that happens, I'm not only entering, I'm excited. I'm pumped because I finally found or waited for the position that I need according to what I'm looking for. So we're just staying patient. There was a lot of volume that kicked in early this week or late last week, whatever. That was going and breaking through lower time frame trends and everything, which was anticipated. Again, we're at these levels. We're at some serious levels right now. There's going to be some big moves that are made, and me and Nick are just we're just in the game. We're focused. We're about to try to take some trades, see if we can find any opportunities today. Like we talked about, we'll drop some analysis in the premium analysis. If you guys are interested in getting into what the premium analysis is it's a course. The course goes over basically like top-down analysis. It's like kind of it's not brief, but it's just a quick explanation of how we look at each time frame, and then basically what you're going to get is in this analysis section, which is free. Every week we obviously post all of our analysis, but in this premium analysis, this is where we post lower time frame ideas when we're looking for trends, and this kind of just builds right off of these live sessions. So obviously we're doing these live sessions every single day, for for potential trades, and then this analysis kind of builds off of that. So if you guys are learning from that and you want to get a little bit more out of these live sessions, it's this product. It's just $7 one-time fee. You can use this to check out, and then just shoot me a message in the Discord chat and I'll go ahead and add you up. So that's pretty much it. We got no specials going on right now, no deals. We potentially might have something coming up this weekend, but tomorrow we'll get back at it, another live trading session, at 9 a.m. and we'll continue to update things in the chat. So definitely look out for that. If you guys are new and have any questions, definitely just pop into this public channel, and feel free to ask, anything in there. And me and Nick are always available. The best place to contact us is in the DM. So come in here, go to your DM, search Forex League help. It's not going to come up because I'm logged in as them. and that's the best place to contact us because Instagram gets really crowded.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that's another live session. Happy Wednesday. And yeah, another one tomorrow. Like Angelo said, we'll be here again at 9 a.m. to go over some more charts for you guys. Take a look at some trades.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, get in the Discord, get active, share some charts, make some friends. It's a really great community. If you guys aren't in there, take advantage of it. I'm serious. There's a lot of really good traders in our community. We're truly blessed. And thank you guys for sticking around.
Hell yeah. All right, so I'll post the recording of this after this live session, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.
Take it easy, guys.
Peace.